And then another one of my favorite matches. Can you guess who? Do you remember the order?
I could be wrong. Are you going to say Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn?
Yes. One of my favorite matches of the two nights. Well, see, that may be like being the nicest guy in prison, but still. They gave us the package that used to be a history package where you would understand what all has happened, but basically they spent the package letting us know that Sami Zayn has flipped out. He's nuts. There's a conspiracy theory against him. Everybody's in on it. Owens doesn't see it, and he's trying to, tell Sami, hey, maybe it's just you, pal. Logan Paul was in there for some reason, basically because he's a celebrity and they wanted him to be, but it didn't make any sense and nobody cares about him. Now that I've seen Logan Paul and they've told me about him, I still don't know what he does or why he's famous, but he was there. But the thing is Sami Zayn, at least he was doing this. If you're going to have somebody lose their mind, at least have them lose their mind where people can believably say this guy's fucking nuts. He's doing imagine. Too bad that he didn't get a gimmick where he was a mute fake luchador that didn't speak and you couldn't see his face with all of his facials. That really would have got him over. But he's a great promo. He's a weaselly little heel. He's got great facials and he can work his ass off. He's just like his cohort here, one of the bigger pains in the ass that you will ever deal with in your locker room.
When you had them against each other in Ring of Honor when you were there, did you ever at any point think, one day these two will be wrestling at WrestleMania with Logan Paul? With Logan Paul there.
Well, I wouldn't have thought that because I've never heard Logan Paul's name till fucking 6 months ago or whatever. But, and I would like it. No, I never would have thought, because here's the thing, and we'll go through this, but they didn't do the shit they were doing in Ring of Honor. They had a match and they worked. There was no ladders and tables, and the Home Depot supply truck didn't stop in so they could build their shop class projects and thumbtacks and the barbed wire fucking whatever. They had a match because they had to here, and it worked. Anyway, besides the fact, I don't know, why does Sami Zayn dress like Fidel Castro? That I have not.
He's a revolutionary.
Okay, all right. Anyway, as far as this match, both guys can work. Never said that he couldn't. As a matter of fact, a few years ago, we were talking about Generico, Sammy's former previous life. I said the guy, especially as a babyface, he sold like Ricky Morton. His body language, the way that he can droop and feel like it just all the strength has left his body. And also he's strong to be a fishy white, ginger, pale Muslim from French Canada. He's strong for his size. He's a hell of a worker. It works as a heel also. He was great as a babyface, but his exaggerated selling body language, he gets the idea of how to be an annoying heel. He's had the annoying part down for years. They had to do the stupid apron spot where they do the brain buster on the apron just because they have to take stupid chances, but this was a good grudge match. The shit looked good. It made sense. Like I said, they didn't have to bring the furniture into it. They paced it for most of the big bumps in the latter part of the match. They sold them. And finally, Owens hit 2 super kicks and a fucking stunner. Boom, 1, 2, 3. And it was a good match. And people were into it, and Owens had some oomph to get them into him as a babyface. And then I started actually to skip the Logan Paul afterbirth, but what the fuck, I've gone this far, so I'll watch it. And apparently Logan Paul, because all the people hated, they were booing him anytime they saw him, right? Because I guess he's a fucking asshole in real life, or the way he portrays himself. He's not very...
I believe so.
He's not like he's not like Titus O'Neil. He's going out and doing good things for the community.
I also don't think he's really the same fan base as the majority of the WrestleMania attendees.
Well, whatever the case, they're booing him anyway, so he shoves Sammy down, and Sammy leaves, and then fucking Steen raised Steen's arm, and then Steen gave him the stunners. That got him a big pop. But I liked it. I liked the match because once again, it's so refreshing and so pleasurable to see two guys, 2 or 4, but a regular match between two entities with no furniture and no DQ, and them attempting to actually, do what you're supposed to do with this instead of the shit that we see constantly. What'd you think?
I thought it was good. I've seen these guys wrestle a lot throughout the years, but it was good. They always do a good job of kicking each other's asses.
Well, they're best friends, and best friends always like to work with each other, and they always do each other's shit. So there's no, issues with. That's the one thing you never had a problem with. You didn't have an issue with them against each other. They just had an issue with everybody else or everything else. The next backstage interview coming up was Matt Riddle and the Great Khali. And Riddle started to drool over him, and I fast-forwarded because I don't want to hear that. This guy, did he blow his line again, or did he remember what he's supposed to say this time?
I had this on mute. I didn't pay attention.
Okay, well, that's what I'm going to have from now on all of, because I listened to a bit of this, and besides the fact I think the guy's a complete fucking idiot, not only because birds fly out of his ass, but also because he actually busted a take on camera on a live shoot, and that's another one of those things that I do not forgive. So I'm off a Riddle anyway, and now, but then the match is Sheamus against Riddle, and this time pirate birds, birds with pirate hats and eye patches flew out of his ass on his introduction. And I flew to the next segment. I didn't think anybody was going to be upset if I didn't include this in our review. Am I wrong? Have I offended anyone?
I'm sure there's a fan out there who would like to hear your review, but I don't think anyone would be offended or really miss your review of this match.
All right. And fuck Matt Riddle and his fucking live TV blowing goddamn birds flying out of his ass fucking flip-flop motherfucker. All right.
Nothing against flip-flops, though. They're wonderful.
Except I will say that Sheamus won, because I did watch this finish back when I got to the end of it on Speed Search. He kicked Riddle right in the fucking, just football kicked him right in the mouth as Riddle was back flipping off the rope. Just football kicked him in the mouth and busted him wide open. So that'll teach him, forget your fucking lines. Maybe Vince told Sheamus to do that. And this is going downhill quick.